Hangout is now live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to So Many Levels, a D&D podcast. And tonight, we're going to play some Dungeons & Dragons.
Woohoo!
Yay!
I'm Christiana Ellis, the Dungeon Master, and we have, for the first time in a while, our full party tonight. So let's talk to first to Jared Axelrod playing Mugen. Back after what baby break?
Yeah. There's I have a stunt double for Mugen today. She's currently getting ready.
Ooh.
She's coming over here.
Oh boy!
Oh.
So in the sequences where we need someone who is Mugen's approximate height for this podcast,
Oh my goodness!
I have someone here.
Aww. Oh, look at the
Hello, beautiful.
So she's ready. She's ready for the action sequences, and
Oh.
I'll be here for all the dialogue parts.
All right.
I was just suddenly imagining in Naruto where the ninjas would disappear and it would be like a log of wood. Oh my god!
Oh my gosh,
So
she's so
adorable.
beautiful.
Yeah, she's pretty great.
Oh.
So, of all the possible reasons to miss Dungeons and Dragons, I suppose a new baby's a pretty good one.
Yeah, she's kept me pretty busy, but she's been very chill today, as if she knew today was D&D day, and so wanted me to be in top form. So
Nice.
Oh.
thank you, Wednesday.
Oh.
All right. So we also have our players that have been here. I'm not trying to. Okay, Judge Schubert as Autocree.
Hello.
Oops, sorry. Hang on. There we go.
Oh.
I need to stop playing with the director settings because then I forget to unset them, and it's bad.
Just keep it on Wednesday. It's all right.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
We have Starla Hutchton as Nira.
Greetings and salutations.
And we have Vivid Muse as Amethyst.
Good evening.
Hearing little baby coos in the background.
I know, it's so cute.
All right, so when we last left our heroes, there was a big feast, and there was some alcohol involved. So let's see how much of the events of last episode our players remember.
Remember, there was Velen whiskey, but after that, it's all kind of a blur.
There was dancing.
Yes, but before that, there was other stuff. Let's see. Oh, the captives. Oh, the kids. Yeah, so we had finished the battle with the Hatching Phoenix and whooped his ass. And then we talked to Daltor and we negotiated to get the children 10 and under from the 2 villages of captives that were taken by the Hobgoblin armies. So we were able to save like 11 kids. And the rest the Tasmian folks are going to have to figure out.
Yeah. And
So we returned to Villa Nocta, met up with our little scout friend, and then, of course, met up with the important people of the
The
kingdom.
whole party was waiting for us at the gate.
Oh, yeah. We got cheers. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mad respect from everybody. Yep. And there was a feast, and we did go and talk to Melicanth.
right.
Oh, girl.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Oh, girl.
Nira was very upset because before the feast, in resting and getting ready, Rashama sent Nira a little vision.
Oh.
And this vision was of something similar that had happened in closing the fissure after fighting Hatching Phoenix. only was a little more detailed, and she learned that that battle had taken place underneath Mount Rushama. So she was very upset that there was the possibility her home could have been destroyed by unleashing this, magic that Melicanth didn't really know what she was doing. So yeah, Nero was upset, and she decided to drink away her troubles.
Yes.
And that sounded fun, so I went with her.
So after dancing the night away, the party retired. But 3 days previous for the party, in the middle of the night, one of their compatriots was apparently abducted. They found in his bed, in Mugen's bed, a stuffed toy fox with a note that said Mugen would be returned when he was as useful as the toy. And they have not heard anything since. But, so as we rejoin the party, it is dawn, has come. And I'm going to have Ottercree, Nira, and Amethyst make some Constitution saving throws.
I don't think Amethyst was drinking, was she?
Oh,
She
I
had
was.
some.
Yep.
It wasn't affecting her like you guys, though.
Let's see.
Got my dance on.
So
And my water bottle.
you're at a 13.
8.
4.
4. All right. Well, so
Just like real life. It's gonna be ugly.
So Nira, despite having the most, is holding up pretty well. As the morning comes, she wasn't really asleep because elves don't sleep in the way that other races do. In the morning, once she's been rested, though, she can tell what she was up to last night, but she's not impaired in any meaningful way. But it's kind of like the problem is almost more remembering the things that you did and said while under the remembering them very clearly now. Archie's having a rough go of it this morning. Pounding headache, sensitivity to light.
A little green.
Yeah. So tell me, did he throw up, or is he kept it together that much? A 4, I feel like.
I think he lost.
Yeah. Amethyst is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as the morning dawns, you are able to wake up at your leisure.
Oh, part of me does not want to leave the room. So I think I'm gonna wait right here in my room, and when the others get up, they can come find me. I'm just gonna chill.
So I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go look for Nira, check on Nira, because she was really, really throwing back that whiskey. Or whatever that was. Yeah. So
Archie's gonna get up.
you're staticky, babe. Yeah, super staticky. Am I the only one that hears that?
No,
Nope.
I'm freaking out pretty bad.
Mecha Chooch. It's a robot duplicate. That's not the real Chooch.
Okay, how's that?
It's the same.
Same. Darn it.
Yeah. Tell us what you're gonna do before.
So I was gonna head down to the stables because I'm gonna do my new second level spell and find the steed.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, so let's go ahead and follow that for now. Are you kind of up early? You're not sleeping in with that headache, or?
Yeah, it's just it hurts. I can't really sleep. So
Okay.
get outside,
All right.
clear my head.
Yep. So you make your way out of the guest wing, and the air this morning is pretty chilly. It's kind of crisp. It's actually kind of nice after a little bit of a sweaty, flushed attempt to sleep. So it's kind of nice and bracing outside and crisp. And you make your way over to where the palace stables are. And there's a few people out and about. It's early still, but there's people doing their thing. Workers.
Okay. I'll go where nobody's immediately close by. I don't want to freak anybody out too much if possible, but just casually stroll.
Okay, let me hold you up just a second, because was there something you were going to try for the audio? Just because I'm realizing we're having you talk more right at the time where you're kind of breaking up. Sort of.
Yeah, the only thing to do is to reboot.
Okay, I mean, I know we had this issue once before with you, and you did something that fixed it, but I don't recall.
Yeah.
It's hard to understand you, babe.
Yeah,
Oh,
unfortunately.
okay. That's what I thought. That's what I thought I did, so I thought it would have fixed it.
I don't
Try
know.
this. Is that doing anything?
It sounds
No.
the same.
Well, if he needs to reboot, then we can
Yeah,
Hey,
we can.
follow
start with
something
your
else while
mornings.
he.
All right. So maybe, as we see Archie off down to the stable, and we'll return to him. Hopefully, if we can get you rebooted, that'll solve the issue. Because
All
it didn't sound like that at first, like
Oh,
when
interesting.
you were on the call previously. So
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Okay. Be right back.
okay. All right. So we had Amethyst looking for Nira, and you know where her room is. Are you just going and knocking?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go knock and see if she's alive. And if she's still pissed.
All right, so knock on the door. I'm gonna go kind of open it and sort of peek out. Then open the door and let her in and close it immediately.
So how are you feeling, Nara?
Aside from a little embarrassment, I think I'm okay. Not too bad. I think all things considered. How are you?
I'm feeling fine. I'm feeling good. Archie's probably not doing the greatest, but I figure we'll leave him be. Let him sleep it off.
So you haven't seen him yet this morning?
No.
You seen
But
anybody else this morning?
No, I just came straight here to check on you, see if you needed anything, and I wasn't sure if you caught anything. We spoke very briefly about the map. Melicanth did give us a map, and Archie stayed. I came after you after a minute. I made sure that we had it. There were I think there were 6 fissures on the map.
I'm trying to remember the exact number, but I can pull the map up, or I can try anyway. There we go.
Let me see. I made a note somewhere.
Yeah. So here is the map. So you can. Yeah, there was 6 total fissures in this region of the map. Which is all she was working with. So it's possible there are more elsewhere, but these are the ones that are in the region of the map that she used. And so you guys are up here in Villa Nocta presently. So the 2 that are the closest geographically are this one in the Barrier Mountains and this one here in Lake Elamon, which is south.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Oops. Yeah. So as you guys are actually even just kind of getting into your conversation, there's another slight knock at your door.
Grand Central Station this morning. Okay, so I'm going to go and open the door a crack and kind of peek out.
And it is Andri, your halfling scout captain friend, who is looking bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and just saying, I'm just checking in with you guys to find out if there's a plan.
Oh, sure, come in. Why not?
She comes on in. She's very put together, like she's been up for hours. She's fine.
So, we haven't seen Archie yet this morning, so we haven't really. We're just kind of getting up and moving right now. Yeah. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. I did you guys stay late at the feast?
Probably later than I should have.
Yeah, those are not my favorite kind of thing. I get I don't like crowds. Yeah. So so I ducked up pretty early. So but yeah, I'm just checking in with you guys to see how it's going, if there's a plan. If you guys want me to come back later, that's fine. I just wanted to check in.
Well,
Have you seen any? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh,
you-
let's also we have Chooch back. How do you sound, Chooch?
Hello.
Oh,
Yay!
yay. Yes.
Sexy as
All right.
always, baby.
Great.
Much better.
So let's continue this. We've got Nira and Amethyst with Andri in Nira's room here. So sorry to be jumping back and forth, but yeah. So Andri wants to know if there's a plan.
Did maybe sort of left in a hurry? Did we get? Do we have the map?
Archie has it.
Archie.
I mean, I
So
don't know if I know that, but Archie stayed with Melicanth longer to get
Yeah,
it.
he mentioned that he had it. You guys talked about it
Oh, right,
briefly
right.
after leaving Melicanth's tower.
So I guess we're waiting on Archie before we come to any kind of decision.
Have you seen anybody up and about from the council, or is there any news of anything going on?
Oh, well, I haven't been up that way. I'm not usually privy to the Royal Council meetings. I think they only brought me in because I knew about the hobgoblins. So I haven't been that way. I just came straight to see you guys.
Cool.
Well, now you're with us, so prepare for many more meetings. So many meetings.
Okay. So you guys look like you're still getting ready. Do you want me to meet you back at later, or?
Sure. Yeah, like I said, we're just waiting for Archie.
I don't want to be rushing you guys. I just.
Oh, we appreciate it. We're still kind of just figuring things out from yesterday still.
Okay.
But, yeah, we'll meet here, or maybe in the dining hall, or like
In
how
the
hungry
guest
are you,
dining
Nira?
hall?
You ready for some food, Nira?
I can wait out there and let you guys do whatever you need to do, and I'll meet you out there. How about that?
Sounds good.
great.
And she kind of nods and heads on out. So let's now jump back over to Archie, pick him back up as he was making his way to the stables.
Then, being casual and, trying to stay somewhat inconspicuous, just concentrate on my new fine steed spell.
So you kind of stand out unless you're literally trying to be stealthy.
Right.
I mean, nobody's paying you any mind. They know who you are, but you're not.
Yeah, that's fine.
Blend in.
That's fine. I just don't want to walk up and right in front of somebody and go poof.
Sure.
But so use my fine steed, which summons a celestial or / fey creature.
I think it can be celestial, fey, or fiend if you pick.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Fey or fiend.
I believe it'd be Fae.
Hmm.
And so I'm going for a pretty standard warhorse.
Right. So in this context, in the world of Seikamian, Fae in this context, the description in the spell calling it Fae, you would know that it's a spirit that you are able to manifest as part of this spiritual energy connection that you have.
Cool.
So a warhorse, you say?
Yeah.
So, all right. What does it look like?
Jet black through and through.
Nice.
Blackest
Nice.
black. Like none more black.
The whites of its eyes or all black?
yeah.
Venta
All black.
black.
Ooh, like shark's eyes, like doll's eyes. All right.
Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah. I don't want to go too crazy, but I want to freak people out.
What? No flaming hair or anything?
I was
I
thinking
know.
giant spider at first, but
Oh, I
No.
wish you had gone with the giant spider.
then I thought, you park it out in front of a village, people are going to freak out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Certainly.
that if it's What if you had a nice hat on the giant spider, like a
hat.
gentlemanly
Like a John
top
T.
hat?
Ingle.
Yeah. Maybe something with a brightly colored feather, just something friendly. A monocle on one of its myriad of eyes. A gentle spider, if you will. Little white gloves on each leg.
Oh my God, yes.
What? No roller
Okay.
skates?
Next time though. Oh, hey now.
Have roller skates been invented in this medieval era, Christiana?
They're not commonplace, but it's theoretically possible that someone has invented such things somewhere.
Additional question. Have roller skates been invented?
Same answer.
Okay.
It's theoretically possible, but not commonplace. So we had some of the people in the chat saying that the YouTube was lagging, and it was okay. You see, I tried reloading, and it's doing that too. Apparently, they're getting a lot of buffering. Those who are trying to watch live, alas. But that's all right. So we should still have the video on demand. Hopefully, that won't have any issues or any sound issues. Because all right, technical difficulties, everybody. All right. So yes. So this. You did summon this giant black warhorse out of thin air, and that did not go entirely unnoticed by one of the stable hands. He's a little wide-eyed, not looking scared exactly, but kind of like am I supposed to do something about this? I'm not sure actually what the rules are. He's looking a little confused, but he has not made like a move towards you or anything like that.
Okay.
So does your warhorse have like a saddle and everything?
Ideally.
Well,
but-
this is a spiritual steed being manifested out of sheer spiritual energy, so you can have a saddle on it if you want.
Yeah.
All right.
Saddle bags.
Okay.
Is it going to be like shiny to match your horns?
Yeah, what color? What
the
color
saddle.
saddle?
It's black. It's all black. He's
Yeah.
the gothest demon warrior ever.
Nice.
He's got one of those emo haircuts.
Yes,
the horse
he
I'm
does.
talking about.
All right.
The mane is like over its eyes.
And you
He's wearing
notice
a My Chemical Romance t-shirt.
so it is all black as you specified. And then one thing you actually notice is that it's a pretty subtle effect, especially right now with it being bright daylight. But as it moves its hooves, there's just ever so slightly a faint suggestion of flaming hoof prints left behind.
Sweet.
Cool.
Nice.
All right. So are you moving to have this horse be put in the stables, or?
Yeah. So I'm going
Right.
to pat him. Welcome to existence.
Right.
You just
The,
burned the horse, baby.
What's the horse's name?
I'm going to have to think about that. I don't know quite yet. So I'm going to take him and lead him over to the stable hand.
He's kind of like, so will it be staying a while, or will it, poof?
Oh yeah. Oh yes. He's here to stay.
Like
He's here to stay.
forever?
Well, yeah, unless somebody does him harm.
Okay.
So,
I guess we've got to. Does he play well with other horses? I mean, is he
absolutely,
just
absolutely. Very well behaved. Yes, yes, yes.
okay? All right. And so
it's
he,
okay. No, it's okay.
yeah.
You can trust these people.
So he goes to take the horse and put it in the stall. Is it actually cooperative?
Yeah.
All right. Is it gentle, or is it kind of still sort of an intimidating presence?
Oh yeah. I mean, that's a proud war steed,
Right.
but it knows how to behave.
All right.
So I'm tell the
Disciplined.
yeah, yes, exactly.
Mopey.
Still the stable keep. They do have one request. I'm not sure quite when we will be departing, but need to get him fitted with some plate barding.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's something I don't think we have just ready in the palace.
Well,
I'm sure there's
I-
someone in the city that might offer such a thing.
I
I
can
don't really, and I mean, I just work here, so I don't know.
That's understandable.
Right?
I'll no, we'll table that for now.
Okay. Do you want him to have oats?
The blackest oats you can find.
Sure. Why not? We'll see.
Okay.
See how he likes it.
All right. So the stable hand leads your new spiritual steed off to a stall.
All right. Then I'll
Are
head
you
back
are
in.
you heading back in? All right. Mugen,
Yeah.
where are you right now? What's going on?
Man, where are any of us? Well, that's a good question. Where should I be? Help me out here.
Okay, well, so what this is given Mugen's absence, what the rest of the party knows is that, at least theoretically, according to this note, you were taken by the monks of Hulixing, and you had told them that you were getting involved with that, so they don't have any reason to disbelieve it, but they have no idea. You were just taken in the middle of the night, nobody heard a thing, and they apparently had a stuffed fox toy ready to do this with. So for all they know, you could have just appeared back in your room just as mysteriously, or maybe you're walking back up to the city gates. Or where have you been? Where has Mugen been? Has he
Let's
been
see.
off training?
He has totally been off training. I imagine if he was returned by a group of monks who followed the teachings of a trickster god, it would be a very embarrassing situation for him. Sort of a little hazing prank.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm trying to think of something
Dwarven
appropriate.
ambassador's room.
I mean, I like that. I'm not sure the monks would know about that, though, is the only thing. Let's see.
I think they're also maybe not necessarily interested in causing an international incident.
No,
embarrassing
no.
you is one thing.
They just want something funny. Yeah, I'm trying to think of something
Yeah.
funny.
Do they have a flagpole they could run him up in some way? By the robes?
Oh, yeah. Flagpoles are good. Is there a Is there a hen house?
Oh yeah.
Someplace where they keep chickens in there? Yeah, it's probably in there.
There's a
He's probably been tied up and shoved in the hen house.
The palace grounds obviously would get a lot of its food from elsewhere in the city, but it does have gardens and small livestock areas within the wide courtyard. Partly just on the off chance that you need people to stay in the walls for a little while, but also just for the personal private stock, so to speak. So there is, in fact, a hen house. And so Mugen kind of hears some sort of a cluck, 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 cluck. And there's kind of a smell, too.
No good.
It's, it smells like a regularly cleaned chicken coop that still nonetheless has chickens in it.
Yeah, so that's where he is.
Right.
And it's like, wow. This is strangely thematically appropriate. I'm going to say, let's see, because he's tied up, but these guys wouldn't just tie him up. That wouldn't be fun.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, is he restrained, or is he?
He is restrained.
Okay.
But he's restrained in a very particular way. I imagine he is restrained holding a chicken. Like there's a chicken in his front paws, and then there's probably some silk.
Like a fox stealing chickens?
Right. And so he can't get at the bonds because there's a chicken in his hands that is tied around there. So it is very frustrating, and he is having to try to use his feet.
Make an animal handling check.
Yeah, this is going to be necessary.
Yeah. By the way, did you got the level 5 character sheet that I made for you?
I do. I have it open now.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure you're using that. Is all.
And I don't know where I did. Wednesday, do you have my dice? You have my dice? She does not have my dice. Here they are.
You sure they aren't in those cheeks?
They're not. First place I checked. First place I checked was those cheeks.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Do you want to roll? No, she's not. She thinks this game is dumb. All right. Oh. Well, that is a 19.
Well.
Which is I'm almost tempted to re-roll it because I feel like that's too good for the situation.
Okay, well, so right now.
Can I save that 19 for when it's important?
No. So what I'll tell you is that for the moment, the chicken seems content to be held by you.
Okay.
That's what that 19 means, is that the chicken seems comfortable and calm for the moment.
Mm-hmm. All right. So the goal would be to remove the bonds from my hands and feet without disturbing the chicken, who will then disturb all the other chickens, and then that'll be craziness.
Yeah.
So this would, I guess, be a dexterity of some kind.
Yeah, so what I'm thinking is that while untying bonds would normally be a sleight of hand, I'm going to go ahead and guess that you're not proficient at doing it with your feet.
No. I would say that's not even a feet thing. Let's say it's teeth. Let's make that even worse for me.
Teeth then. All right. So I would say just straight dexterity then.
Yeah. Is there any minuses here? I feel like there should be a minus.
Well, so right now I'm thinking if your hands are bound in front of you and you're using your teeth, I mean, it's your own dexterity, unless you feel like that they would have. Yeah, I mean, besides, I'm accounting for difficulty in the result.
Okay. Damn it! I'm gonna have horrible rolls when it matters, because this is a 20.
Well, okay, so first of all,
Wow.
you can also let me know. It's like, is Mugen actually in a hurry to try to be getting out of this, or is this the sort of thing where he's kind of not looking forward to what he's going to have to do after he gets free, and so maybe he's taking his time with it? Or...
I think he's trying really hard not to disturb the chickens. Like, this is time he's not quite worried about. He's more worried about everybody, like a commotion happening, and then everybody coming to see what's going on, and him looking very foolish in among the chickens.
All right, so I'm sorry, what was your roll?
It was a 20.
Okay, right. So
so not a problem.
Yeah, so you are fairly easily able to get through the bonds that are holding your hands together. There, you mentioned separate bonds specifically holding the chicken to your hands.
Yes.
So do you want to make another roll this one?
Let's.
Let's have you make another animal handling roll first.
Okay. Okay, that's a 7.
All right. Now that you're kind of moving around a little bit more, this chicken is kind of not at all sure that this is what it likes. You were kind of a nice warm perch for a while there, and now you're moving around. This is not what perches are supposed to do, and it's starting to get alarmed, and it's flapping its wings a little bit.
Oh, no. Okay, so we're going to see if we can free the chicken without anything horrible happening.
Yeah.
I hope something horrible happens. That's a 13, so maybe, but
okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, so you managed to get the bonds free, but with the chicken agitated as it is, what happens is as soon as it's free, it leaps out of your hands and it makes a dive for the door. So like these chickens are usually, they stay inside on purpose when they want to.
Right.
But this one is scared and upset now. And so it, launches itself through the door of this chicken coop, making a squawking racket and flapping around.
I'm going to try to grab the chicken.
Okay, make a
before it gets out. Yeah.
Make another dexterity. This one can be a dexterity saving throw, which means that you add your proficiency to it.
Okay. Yeah, let me try to get a flatter surface here for roll. Yes! Well, I thought it was a 1, but it's just a 7. So with my dexterity savings there, that is a 12.
Okay. Yeah. It gets away. You kind of catch.
Can I storytell this a bit?
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to say that I catch it, but I've forgotten that my feet are bound. So I do catch the chicken, but in the process, crash through the door and fall outside the hen house holding a chicken. Aww. But with my feet tied together.
All right. Yes, that's exactly what happens, is that you get a hold of the chicken, but now off balance, crash through the door of the hen house, land holding the chicken in your hands, but otherwise kind of face down.
And it's fluttering all over the place.
Yeah, and you're sort of head angled downwards because there's kind of a ramp for the chickens. But then as you kind of look up around, you see a servant standing there with a bucket and a confused expression staring at you.
Like, I think this is yours. chicken.
Who,
She's very feisty.
he's confused because you look like a fox, but you're also talking and not. So who are you?
Oh, my dear.
He does rush
This
up
individual.
to try to calm the chicken as you're answering.
My dear genderless servant, I am Mugen the Magnificent, one of the heroes of legend, of course. And I have done some very heroic deeds, saving this hen's house from, let's say, trolls.
Trolls? What?
Yes,
Make a deception check.
I will. My sweet, gullible boy. Such trolls they were. That's an 11.
Okay, he's a little gullible, but trolls are big, scary monsters, and they are inside the palace of this city that has probably not had a troll in it for 300 years.
Yeah, well, what do you know of trolls? Have you seen one?
He's just
A lot of people think that trolls are very big, but in fact, some species of trolls are not as big. I don't want to say tiny because then it wouldn't seem as heroic. Let's say you wouldn't want to fight them, but I could fight them. Hero of legend.
You stay right there. I'm getting a guard. And he
No need. The trolls have already been defeated. I thought I just said this.
no, he has run off. He is carrying the one chicken under his arm and the bucket.
Wonderful.
So he's running off with the chicken and the bucket. He's not shouting or anything, but he does kind of run across the courtyard and around a corner. You are still tied by the feet.
Yes. Well, I have my hands now, so
Yeah.
I imagine that is not difficult to untie.
No, you are able to easily dispense with the remaining bonds. Are you dressed?
Yes, I would say that I'm dressed. I've got on my my monk Niniate robe.
Okay.
So that's
a little bit
that's
chicken
green.
scented
I
at
think
the
we-
moment.
It's there's some feathers. Yeah, it's it could use a little scrubbing. But yes,
Mhm. All right.
I'm in my
So-
green robes and I'm covered in feathers.
All right. Make a wisdom check.
Ooh. That's with no bonuses, right? That's just a straight...
Well, I think you're.
Oh yeah, +1.
You have a plus
All right,
one.
15.
Yeah. So you recognize where you are. You just from the shape of you know that you're inside the palace walls. You're in one of the courtyards there, and from the shape of the building, you think you know how to get back to the guest wing where your rooms were when you were last here.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
You
waiting around for the guard?
I don't want to. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to do right because I got yelled at last time when I did not do right. So I'm gonna, as tempting as it would be to scamper off, I'm gonna wait.
Okay. You standing, I imagine, but.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the feathers off. I want to look the most hero of legendy as possible.
All right. So you see the
I'm posing
servant
when he shows up.
The servant with the bucket runs back around the corner, and he's followed a moment later by a guard who is not hurrying. You get the impression that the guard was kind of not sure that the guy wasn't just full of it. But as soon as he sees you, he does kind of jog over. He's in medium kind of leather armor with a breastplate, and he's got like a pike. And he comes over and he just looks as like, wait, aren't you the one that was with the the heroes?
Of course. This is what I've been saying.
What are you doing here? Why were you trying to steal chickens?
I wasn't trying to steal chickens. You'll note all the chickens are there. In fact, I even gave one back to this man. You might want to look out for him, though. He seems kind of shifty. Maybe he's stealing your chickens.
The servant is kind of just petting the one chicken, like, what? No, what? But
He seems very familiar with that one. Very familiar. I don't want to cast. I don't want to tell tales out of school, but I don't know. Keep your eye on him if I was you.
The guard is kind of just scowling. He's like, "Do you need me to escort you back to your room? What?"
Oh, that sounds marvelous. Sure.
Oh, okay. And so he come along. He's not acting hostile. He's he's confused as to what you were doing, but it doesn't seem overly suspicious in the context of you were with the people who saved the city, as far as he's concerned.
I would love to tell you exactly what I was doing in the hen house at that moment, but I'm afraid it is a secret mission, of which why I've been separated from my fellows for the past days. Has it been days? Out of character.
3 days.
3 days. For the past 3 days.
Okay.
So it's all very hush-hush, but I know I can count on you to keep this on the down low.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Great.
So
what's been going on? What's been going on here? Bring me up to speed, my good man.
Okay. You oh, well, it's a secret mission. Okay. So there was hobgoblins, and they were coming to the city. They wanted you and your friends, I guess, and they were going to attack.
Right. Yes.
But then the hero, and I don't know if you were with them, but they went off and they marched right into the hobgoblin army camp, told them to turn around, and they did. I guess they killed the leader or something.
That's some Hero of Legend style right there. I've taught them well.
Yeah, they had a big feast last night.
Oh, damn. Sorry I missed that. Were the leftovers?
Well,
any cold mince pies?
There were.
Dude,
I mean,
love
it's
a
like
cold mince pie.
I mean, the guards kind of divide that stuff up once it's.
Oh well, that's
done.
fair. That's fair. I understand. I understand.
But yeah, I mean, we get the second hand, but it's still pretty good for what we normally get. And he's guiding you over. It's not far to the guest wing, so if you're still making your way there, you're kind of already coming up towards the outer entrance of that wing. Were you wanting to chat longer before you go back inside?
No, I think we covered everything important.
Okay. So here you are. If you want chicken, I think you can just order it from the cooks. So
you know what? I'm not going to be having any chicken for quite some time after this.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Also, I'm not supposed to eat anymore, which is going to be...
Why not?
Oh, it's going to be rough.
Why wouldn't you eat meat?
Well, my good man, you are looking at a neonate monk of the Order of Hulujing. So, as part of my purification spiritually, physically, mentally, and I'm told it will do wonders for my fur, I'm no longer eating meat.
He looks really skeptical. Like, not like he doesn't believe you, but like that doesn't seem appealing in the slightest to him. He's like, like giving up meat. I mean, okay, well, I don't want to tell you how to do you. So,
I was skeptical too, but I have learned some very interesting ways of dealing with mushrooms. So many mushrooms.
All right.
So many.
I kind of got to get back to my post now, so
Of course. Thank you for leading me here. The escort was marvelous. I shall leave a comment card with your superior. What is your name, my good man?
It's Evan.
Thank you, Roger. I will see you around.
And so I imagine you just let the door close.
Yeah.
All right, so you make your way in. So let's jump back over to Nira and Amethyst. You had arranged to meet Andri in the dining hall later, but were you still chatting more in Nira's room first?
Were we waiting for Archie?
Well, you tell me. Because I'm saying Andri just left.
Yeah,
And I
okay.
think you talked about waiting for Archie,
Yeah.
but I'm asking if you want to just say we do nothing else, we're just making small talk until Archie shows up, then we can do that. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
if there was anything else, tell me what it was.
Well, can we hear any of that? Just what happened in the hallway?
No, that was still all outside. Yeah.
Okay. So I guess we're just waiting then, unless you
Yeah.
guys know.
Just hanging out.
In Nira's room, or would you have each maybe gone back to like dress and get ready and all, or
Yeah,
are you still
that.
kind of you're doing
Yeah.
PJs, or
Um,
Palace
Andrew
formal
just
wear?
left.
I hope you're in your gym jams. That's having a little sleepover party over there.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess we just chat and then I go to my room to get dressed and cleaned up in case Archie appears. Or,
And as I'm dressing today, I'm going to make sure to put on something that has a hood, so like I'm not here.
So what I'm going to say is, as you guys are kind of getting ready, but sort of maintaining more of an awareness of what's going on out in the hallway because you're waiting for Archie to come back, you do hear Mugen's voice as he is saying goodbye to the guards. It's down the hallway from you to where you know the outside door is. But you hear Mugen's voice.
Well,
That unmistakable trill.
yeah. So where is Amethyst's room in?
You guys are basically like, if you imagine like a hotel hallway with rows of doors on both sides of a corridor, you had 4 rooms that were, 2 and 2 across the hall from each other.
So I'm going to open up my door and look out into the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
And do I still see the guard, or?
Well, so I mean, the guard was left outside when Mugen came in. So what you see as you look down the hallway in that direction is Mugen in the neonate robes that you last saw him in, and he is strolling into the hallway.
Finally featherless.
So I'm just going to kind of just stand there, kind of gaping at him a little bit. Just kind of leaning out into the hallway.
so
one of these.
Toots.
It is
I
you.
missed you.
I'm gonna open the door
How's
and
Clyde and Cupcake? Cupcake!
Mugen, how are you? Where have you been? You all right?
Oh, I am fantastic. I have spent the past 3 days learning about my inner peace and dealing with some really poor taste of practical jokes. But main thing is inner peace. I feel more innerly peaceful. And I've got some great mushroom recipes to share.
You found inner peace in 3 days?
But I know where it's nearby.
At about this time, Archie comes in through the same door that Mugen had just entered, having come from the stables.
Clyde! Good to see you.
Welcome back.
You're looking as moody as ever. Oh, I missed it. I missed that glower. Oh, yeah, give me some more of it. Oh, it's beautiful. I want to bottle that stuff.
Everybody,
almost
I hear
missed
you
you.
everybody make a
I hear
perception
you guys
check.
defeated- Oh, all right. Fine. I hear you guys defeated all the hobgoblins. That is awesome. Good for you. I support you all.
15.
17.
17 as well.
7. Oblivious.
That's my gig.
Did you roll, Archie?
Oh yeah, mine's 15. Sorry.
Okay. Everyone except Amethyst in this particular case noticed that there's a little halfling head kind of just leaning into the hallway from where the dining hall is. Just kind of like, there's people talking in the hallway. She's watching you. It is Andry.
Little stalker.
Well, she was waiting for you in there.
All right. Maybe we
guess
should go into.
Breakfast, guys.
Breakfast.
Yes.
Oh,
Do we
that
wanna
sounds
catch up
marvelous.
Do we want to catch up just the 4 of us first before we're in a public place?
I think we'll be fine.
Right
We
on.
can
Let's
talk it
go.
over breakfast.
Let's do it.
Oh, let me go get the map.
There's a map. A treasure map. Huh? Treasure, yes.
Of sorts.
No.
I'll grab the map. We'll head into the dining room.
It's okay. I'm above treasure now.
So, as you guys kind of fuss about getting the map ready and ordering breakfast and so on, a page arrives with a note that he hands to you, Archie. When you unfold it, it is a note from Melicanth that says, I have news about your sword. Come to me when you are ready.
Excellent.
What's that?
Ooh.
Oh,
I want to see.
remember that's.
I wanna
remember that
snatch it out of his
shiny
hands.
Sword, shiny sword the Mugen got, but wasn't really interested in.
Yeah, that piece of junk.
I
Did it do anything?
decided to give it a swing,
Oh, how was
and
it?
it was cursed. It was
Oh.
it was pretty badly cursed. It got me killed.
Well, you clearly
almost.
recovered from that admirably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Not
But,
everyone
so-
can say that.
yeah. Melicanth at least was able to unbind it from me, and possibly to have uncursed it. I don't know. She's got news. We'll have to see her after breakfast.
Yeah.
Well, even if she can't, there are people who would love to buy a cursed sword. There's just, there's collectors out there, is all I'm saying. We could hawk it.
Hey, well, technically it's yours, so hey.
I'm not supposed to carry weapons anymore.
Incidentally, Nira, are you still wearing the cape of the mountebank?
Oh, was I?
Well, you had it last.
She had it, but she never bamfed.
I didn't bamf. Yeah. Does it have a hood? Because if it has a hood,
It does.
Then you're
Yeah,
wearing it.
I mean it's
Then,
bright
yeah.
red and
Oh.
it's like a half cape, but it does have a hood.
no, I'm trying to keep a low profile, so I'm not gonna wear it right now. So.
Now low profile.
All right. So I can put the map back up if you guys want to look at that right now.
Sure.
All right.
Did you say that I could or couldn't remember a lot from the previous evening?
You remember it all too well.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right. So I can highlight this just to keep the focus on the map for now. Melicanth did tell Archie a little bit about each of these locations, but also Andrea is kind of on standby, able to provide additional information if you choose to ask her about it.
Well, I think the closest one is there in the Barrier Mountains. So I believe you said it was my choice, correct?
Oh, that's
Yes.
right. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. You are choosing our destiny.
Ah, feels so good. Okay. Yes.
You also have the option of looking for one of your quest items. With one of my spells, I can do locate animals or plants. And I know that you had to find some kind of a thing from an animal and some kind of a plant. So you've got that option
stuff
too.
on the list, but I figure it's already been 100 years. And
Right.
I think the priority has shifted per a higher power. So yeah. So I am going to choose the closest one here, which I believe would be the Barrier Mountains.
So, have you invited Andrea to participate in this conversation, or are you chatting amongst yourselves first?
What?
Well,
I assumed
we
you-
probably would want her for this conversation as she is,
Right.
I'm assuming, the guide, though no one's introduced us.
Right.
So I will go ahead and introduce myself. Hello, new individual person. Hello,
Oh.
hello.
Hello.
I am Mugen the Magnificent,
Look
and
at
I'm assuming that you are part of our merry band here. Heroes of Legend, trainee, intern, perhaps, sidekick. What is your role?
I guess I don't have an official. My title here in Villanocta is Scout Captain, and
Scout. Wonderful.
yes,
We do need someone to look ahead.
well, I hope to be of service, especially since I know all of you apparently had some sort of a magic issue where your knowledge about the land might be a little bit out of date. So I would be happy
Just
to
about
help.
100 years or so. Do you think much has changed?
Some, yeah. I wasn't, born yet 100 years ago, but I can certainly tell you what I know about the landscape now. And I'm also, not to toot my own horn, but I'm quite adept at traveling through the wilderness. I could help you get where you need to go quicker than, no offense, than you'd be able to handle on your own. I just got a knack for it.
Oh, no, we are very slow on our own. I'll just say it. I'll just say it.
Well,
We are not the fastest. So any help in that area is so appreciated.
Well, the way your friends just went off to face the Hobgoblin army, it was inspiring. And so
Yeah. That's what we do, like all the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Thrill a minute.
I love how he says we.
Pass the butter.
So you're looking at and she's kind of impressed by the little glowing lights on the map. Incidentally, for Mugen, these purple circles that are being displayed on the map here are actually glowing purple light on the map, physical map. So she looks at it and she's saying, "So the Barrier Mountains is the one you're kind of looking for first?"
Yeah, that seems like yeah, I figure if we hit that one first, we can always swing back around down south more towards the lake when we're done, and knock out 2 of them.
Okay, well, yeah, we can definitely do that. The Barrier Mountains, there's a lot of, do you know if this light is it on the surface of the mountains or is it underneath? Because there's dwarf, civilization and cities all throughout those mountains, but then there's all sorts of other things that live up on the surface. So,
Well, my inclination is probably these things tend to seem to appear more with signs of civilization of one sort or another. So I would be inclined to say it was underneath in with the dwarves, but as we get closer to these things, oh, she didn't tell me that. Archie would have known that. That the light will get.
Yeah.
well, we can imagine that you guys,
Everybody,
you
I
all
pretend I knew
understand
that.
how that works now. Well, okay. Well, so as I mentioned, that part of the mountains specifically. Oh, well, I guess so. What you should know about the dwarves, if we're going underground, is the different regions of the mountains are each kind of maintained, owned by different dwarf clans. There's 5 of them, main clans that have the most power. That circle, the light there, looks like it's probably in the Copperbeard territory. So we're needing
That
to.
sounds like
Copperbeard, you
so much
say?
fun.
Well,
That's,
it might be familiar because the dwarven ambassador here is from the Copperbeard clan.
Yeah.
the name
So
sounds familiar.
she might have some more information for us, like if there is anything, you know, unusual going on there, something that we might look into.
Oh, I would imagine so. Yes.
So we could speak to her before we headed out for this, and maybe have a little bit of information going in.
So just as far that's a good idea. We will also on the way there. The way I don't know how much you guys know about dwarves and the way they run their mines. It's a little bit like the way Tashmians want their papers for the checkpoints and everything. They don't care about the Tashmian papers, but it's a little bit like that in the sense that to go between the different clan areas, you need permission from the owners of those areas, and that's something you arrange like on a case by case basis. You don't just get like blanket permission. You negotiate that with them ahead of time. And so they also have rules about you can't just get into the mines anywhere. If you look here, and she's pointing at this little spot right here, that is Lenthic Gate. And that is one of the 2 main entrances that are considered like non-dwarves can enter there and start, going through the mountains. There's other entrances and exits, but those are more tightly controlled. And to get to Lenthic Gate, we'll have to go through the Lochtor Mountains, the Lochtor Forest. And there are some wood elves in that forest, and they're not hostile, but they really don't like people to disrupt the forest. And so if we can stay low profile and low impact as we go through the forest, that would make it an easier trip.
Would the Dwarven Ambassador be able to help us with entry to the gate?
Oh, to be sure. So we can go to the gate easily, and we can get in through the gate, and it would be from there that we could begin the negotiations. But as far as getting permission in advance to go through the Copperbeard territory, the Dwarven Ambassador, I'm sure, could help us with that.
Oh, perfect. Maybe it's not the best idea for Mugen to go along on that little negotiation meeting.
Oh, I see how it is. You guys defeat some hobgoblins without me, and then all of a sudden I'm not part of the team.
No.
Oh,
Is
okay.
that a little history you might recall?
Yeah, well, maybe that might be helpful. Maybe he's going to look at you, a bunch of strangers, and be like, I'm not helping those out. I don't like how you guys
Wasn't the
are trying
Dwarven
to get rid of me.
Ambassador the one that was accused of setting fire to the Baron's quarters?
Yeah, the one that Jinxie tried to frame.
Right. So we did sort of put out a little fire in regards to that. So I think maybe she'd be receptive.
Oh, I see. All right. So you don't need me anymore. That's what you're saying. That's what's going on here.
No, I think
Always need you.
it might be beneficial if
No,
maybe
it's
you
fine.
went to
You go
the
ahead.
city. Like someone's gonna have to go to the
I'll
city
go do
and pick up
something else.
supplies.
I got things to do. I got a life. I don't have to follow you guys everywhere you go, like some small furry dog or something. Whatever. No, you go ahead. I'm gonna be here. I got butter to eat.
Butter to eat.
Well, I was thinking about heading into town, see if I can get some barding for my horse. We can get some bat. Oh
I see.
no,
You replaced me with
you
a
probably
horse.
can't eat
That's
bat
fine.
wings anymore, huh?
That's fine.
Are you suggesting that he was using you as a mount, Mugen?
I don't know what you guys think of me anymore. Honestly.
Well, you missed a
Never
very
mind. I'm just gonna
important
take
milestone
this
in our
butter
journey.
and I'm gonna go to my room and I'll just I got things.
Come on, take the sights of the city with me. It's got to be some
You guys should go and have some, bonding time.
got to be some good food stands we haven't seen.
I don't need food stamps. I have butter.
You never did get your candied lizard tails.
I'm guessing the lizard probably isn't too popular now for you, huh? I mean, can you eat lizard?
All right. I'll go with you into town, but not because you're going, but because I also want to go into town. And it just happens that we will be going in town together concurrently.
Excellent.
All right. So, is that the plan then? For you have Mugen and Archie make a run into town. Maybe Nira and Amethyst going to the Dwarven Ambassador. Is that the plan?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Sounds good.
All right. Archie,
taking
are
the butter.
Archie, are you wanting to follow up with Melicanth before or after that?
Oh.
Mugen should probably catch Melicanth up on what he's been up to also. And if you could fill him in on the Jinxie situation.
Yeah.
You guys have
Yeah, we
so
should
much to
probably
talk
see-
about.
We should probably see Melicanth first, yeah.
Okay. All right. So, you guys tell me. Well, let's just let's go ahead and follow then Archie and Mugen first going to Melicanth, and we can imagine that Archie is able to catch Mugen up on what happened with Jinxie on the way.
Mm-hmm.
The highlights being she started wanting to make trouble with sort of a pretense that she was doing it to help you guys, but in sort of an unsolicited and unhelpful way. And that you ultimately had to fight her, and then Melicanth banished her to another plane of existence.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So presumably her home plane of existence, which is not this one, but it also didn't sound like she wanted to go there. So, all right. So you guys are making your way to Melicanth's tower. You head to the base of it. You climb the stairs. You have her fancy door. She answers promptly. And when she seems to be a little bit relieved when she sees that it's the two of you, and then she kind of does a double take. It says, "Mugen, you are Mugen?"
Yeah.
He's back.
I mean, how many people have this handsome face?
Well, at least two. The shapeshifter took your form for a time.
What? Oh, I'm gonna have words with her.
Well, not soon, at any rate.
Oh?
Well,
Something happened?
unless she has a way to come back from whatever plane she has been sent to, she may, for all I know. But Otacri, I'm glad you came. I have done some additional research into the nature of the sword, and I have a couple of choices for you. What I've determined is that the sword's magic actually comes from a concentration of spiritual energy that in some ways is similar to your own. Forgive me, I don't fully understand the precise nature of your oath, but I believe that it is in some ways similar in that it is sort of an energy of spiritual vengeance has embodied this sword. Because it is spiritual energy, I can cast a spell which will banish that energy from the sword permanently. And what that will do is either leave the sword as its current enchanted state, but without the curse, but with a small possibility that it would just return to being an ordinary sword. However, I believe there is an opportunity that does carry some risk, so I want to present it to you, and it will be your decision to make. Because the energy, the spiritual energy in this sword is, in a way, a tainted version of your own spiritual energy connection. I believe that it is possible that that energy could be purified in such a way that it is not damaging in a curse way that you do not have control over, but that it would preserve some of its additional spiritual and magical power.
Ooh.
So I believe that there is some risk to you in such a ritual. You would be exposing the energy of this sword to your own spiritual energy. And the intent would be for you to purify that energy with your own. But by opening the connection, it is possible that it could flow the other direction, and the curse would transfer to you rather than the sword. I don't think, I can't tell you how likely that would be. It would be a matter of your own force of will in opening that connection. And because there is some danger, I didn't want to present the option without making it clear that it's possible that that could go wrong. However, it is also possible that you could preserve the power of this sword and turn it to your own more pure force, rather than just leaving it as a more simple enchanted sword. And yet I leave the choice to you. I believe that there's, it's ultimately down to whether or not you believe your own connection, your own oath to be more powerful than the energy in the sword.
I understand.
I would be happy to simply do the banishment if you would prefer.
Sure. What do you think, Mugen? It's worth rolling.
Oh,
the
I
dice?
say banish the thing. Just get rid of it now.
No.
What you need a sword for? You've got like 12.
Well, it did feel really good in my hand. I mean, it was like
Did
it was
it?
made for me.
Or did the curse make you think it did?
Well,
I don't trust any magical items. I'll just say it. Yeah, just get rid of it.
Malakath
Or
doesn't say
or
anything, but
don't
she definitely
do the
gives you a
curse.
look when you say don't trust any magical items.
Present companies things excluded? Sure. I'm just saying. We can also just take the sword as is and sell it to a cursed weapon collector. There's like gotta be a bunch, even 100 years later.
I think that would be highly irresponsible, but it is your sword. I would not prevent you from taking it in its current condition.
It's not really
recommend
mine. I'm
against
going to say it's Clyde's at this point.
So
whatever you want to do.
Clyde.
yeah, it's a thing.
Very well.
You know what? I'm feeling good about it. I want to try to. I want to try to take it on.
Very well.
I think I can convert it.
Are you prepared to attempt this right now?
Certainly, if you have time.
Yes.
So you don't want to do like some squats first? Get your oath together. Loosen up. You got to get limber.
Mental calisthenics. I've been doing jumping jacks in here.
All right. So she guides you
All on the
to
inside.
She guides you to a clear area in the center of her room and waves her hands a little bit, and you see sort of a circle appear in kind of glowing light along the floor. And then she sits on one side of the circle and places the sword in the center and gestures for you to sit across from her.
Okay. Go ahead. Sit down.
My part of the ritual will simply be to help you establish the connection. I can't tell you precisely what you will experience when it is open, but it should come down to your force of will against the swords. And it may take the form, well, I cannot speculate, but ultimately, if you believe your connection to your spiritual oath is more powerful than the curse, then you should be able to purify it.
Okay.
Is it going to turn into a giant spider?
I
Just give me odds. 1 in 4, 1 in 8, 1 in 50.
There is nothing about the current spell that would cause it to do that. However, I cannot rule out that an unrelated spell could cause that.
So
Very low.
very low. All right, we can go. Let's do it.
All right, so she waves her hands over the sword and is kind of just whispering some words under her breath. But what you feel, Archie, is the sword seems to start to glow, but with kind of a black flame flickering across the blade. And you definitely feel the presence of the spiritual connection within you kind of, swelling up within you, like it feels when you are channeling your divinity. And you feel all of a sudden now that you feel kind of a darkness on it. And it's actually very unpleasant, because when you channel the divinity, it feels righteous. It feels important and pure and good. And what you're feeling right now is just kind of on the edges, something that just feels kind of tainted. It's almost like you're eating the perfect apple, but then you realize, oh, there's a big bruise on it. And it's, like most of the apple's still good, but like you see that bruise and it's just like, it can't help but like, right? And so you feel something that's almost like that, is something is poisoning a part of this energy, and you recognize that it is coming from the sword because you have now sort of overlapped your respective auras. And you start feeling the curse almost like it has a mind, like it has a voice. And you're not really speaking aloud, but you're having sort of a telepathic, empathic conversation with this sword. And it just says, I will kill anything that hurts me. Vengeance will be mine. What do you say to it?
I do not seek to hurt you. I seek to release you.
Make a persuasion check. And just for the sake of this, we're going to do a couple of these, and you can decide, like, do you want it to be persuasion or intimidation or whatever? Like, you tell me, like, with what you're saying as part of this back and forth, you tell me what you're doing.
Right.
But so go ahead and make your first.
Persuasion, yeah. Persuasion 18 plus 6, 20.
Release me. Why would I want to be released? I desire to kill those who would try to kill me. I want the violence. I want their blood.
I'm going to stick with persuasion. Well,
What am I seeing while this all goes on?
You
Is
see,
he just in a trance?
kind of his face is kind of flickering, almost like when someone's dreaming, like just little micro expressions flickering across his face. But otherwise, his eyes are closed and he's just sitting stationary. Melicanth has her eyes open, is looking around. She's watching carefully.
Cool.
So, what if we drew a penis on his head? I mean, it's kind of it's hard to resist, right? It's hard to resist.
So are you going to attempt to do that?
No, you're just talking about it.
Do you actually say it out loud to Melicanth?
Oh yes.
She gives you a kind of a disgusted look. Please don't. Okay, so
what if we drew a mustache?
That she kind of.
Does he already have a mustache?
He has a beard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right.
What if we shaved him? Oh. Do you think we could
not
shave him without him noticing?
Please do not interfere with the ritual. Do you want your friend to break the curse or not? Archie, what are you saying to the sword?
So still persuasion. As well, for now you're trapped. You have no control over whom you can cast vengeance upon. If you're free, you would have your own will and your own actions.
I feel like it's like it would still be in a sword, though. So.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, the goal here, if I wasn't clear, is to purify the spiritual energy so it stays in the sword in a purified way. It's not a spirit that's being set free. It's not imprisoned. It is the sword. It just has kind of a will to it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to try to shade that a little, because it's not going to be impressed with being set free, because that's not what it wants.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So
you're trying to purify it, not because if just getting the spiritual energy out would be the banishment, but what you're hoping is if it stays there but is good now, the sword will be better.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Then instead, I would say, I also follow the path of vengeance and wield my weapons to also destroy those who have done harm. And I wish to combine our power, be even more effective in these endeavors.
Why did you spurn me? Why did you reject me?
We have a different way of going about things. And I have many tactics at my disposal to be able to inflict the most harm and destroy my foes without directly attacking every single time.
I am a weapon. I desire blood. That is what my purpose is. That is what I want. And if you want to be more effective at destroying your enemies, you should do things my way.
Hmm. Then I think I need to switch to intimidation.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll intimidate. You may be ancient, but the blood of demons flow in my veins, and I will not be told how my possessions act.
Okay. Yeah, make an intimidation check with advantage there. With advantage.
Oh, natural 20 with
Yeah?
+6.
Okay. The sword, you definitely feel its energy kind of flinch and retreat a little bit with that. It just says, we desire the same things, the death of our enemies. Why would you not wish to attack them?
Sometimes in battle, you must bolster your own strength before you openly attack again.
But this only delays further destruction, does it not? Why can we not join together? Why would we place any priority above the death of our enemies? Why would we ever do anything other than strike?
Well, you maybe could go on, but if I cannot gather my resources, if I cannot call on the spirits of vengeance that I can harness, then I cannot ensure complete obliteration. And if I were to fall in battle, you will have just lost to a foe and you will never find that vengeance.
Go ahead, and that seems like a persuasion.
Yeah, persuasion, yeah.
Unless you want to say it really harshly and then it's intimidation.
14 plus 6, 20.
Okay. So the sword is kind of, you see its energy is like blurring with yours a little bit. It still seems kind of unconvinced and is saying, I suppose I could see how there could be tactical changes, but you seem to desire more than the vanquishing of enemies. You desire other things. Does that not taint your vengeance? Does it not diminish it?
No, my vengeance is against all of demonkind, and I will see them driven from all planes and crushed.
That sounds like another intimidation. Want to make one more?
That one's 16.
All right. You see the energy is starting to feel a little bit less toxic, and it's kind of it's joining in with yours. It's blending more naturally now, and it's
Glad you cleaned all those.
it's saying, very well, if you swear to me that vengeance will be ours, perhaps our needs can be in alignment. But there are times when you seek to protect others rather than strike. Why?
For our goals are also aligned, and they help to bring down the wrath against our enemies.
Make one more persuasion.
12, 14. Wait, 12 plus 6. Sorry.
All right. Okay.
18.
All right. So you feel the connection. It does. It's feeling even less now like it's two separate things, or like there's this bruise in your own energy. You feel like there's been a melding, and you can tell that you are not quite 100% as you were, but you are also, the sword has been the one to change.
Mm.
And yet you're part of each other now. Its connection is now part of yours, and you feel emerging.
Mm-hmm.
And then you open your eyes and you're back sitting in the circle, and you look down at the sword and you just immediately recognize that you are attuned to it once again, but it does feel different this time. It feels like before, when you held it, when it was cursed, you felt just this desire, like, oh, I just want to hit something with this thing. It's just so cool. But now you definitely, when you look at it, what you think is, I will use this to vanquish demons. And so what I'll tell you is, mechanically now, because this is not a secret curse, the way this works now, because your ritual was successful, is that so as opposed to before, when you couldn't make yourself give up the sword, now no one can disarm you unless you allow it. No one can make you drop it or take it away from you unless you allow it. And also, as what you know is that if you were to take damage in a battle, you would have advantage on your next attack against that creature. And last but not least, you always have advantage when attacking fiends with that sword.
No fiends.
And fiends include demons and devils. All right, so
Hates them.
Malakath looks at you and says, well,
I have prevailed. Thank you very much for your assistance.
good. I'm glad to hear it. So, what is your plan? What are your plans as you proceed?
Well, it sounds like we're going to head into the Barrier Mountains, where looks like the closest rift.
Okay.
Companions are going to speak to the Dwarven ambassador and see about getting us swift entry.
Very well.
Move around.
I understand the scout captain has volunteered to act as a guide for you. That's good. I believe that she is quite competent in her skills.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if she's half as good a scout as she is eager, you can't miss.
And before
she seems nice.
And I understand that Nira may still be angry with me, so I will not force my presence on her. If she wishes to come to me, she is of course welcome. But otherwise, I will allow you to go about your mission as you see fit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe wise. You know, time heals all wounds and all that.
Understood.
Or she'll be fine.
And she turns to you, Mugen, and says, and I am glad to see you returned. I hope that your time away was
Mm-hmm. Let's say yes. Sure.
Well, let's say good. All right. So if you guys are done speaking with
Yeah.
Milkith, you're going to head out to the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
My goal is to grab the horse and see if I can find a place
All
they
right.
can do measurements or something if they can't fit it.
Sure. Before we do that, though, let's
Mhm.
jump over to Nira and Amethyst. So, what have you girls been up to?
I think we are on our way to. Oh, let's maybe flag down a page.
Okay.
Figure
Easily
out-
done.
Figure out where the Dwarven ambassador is. So,
Okay. He says he expects that she would be in her chambers at this time.
do you think is it too early to pay her a visit?
I don't think so. She is a dwarf, and even above ground, they tend to not follow our normal day-night cycles. I believe that she is as likely as not to be awake at this time.
Right.
She
Thank
has
you.
very little patience for the protocol we have here. If you simply knock and ask for her permission, that is all she should require, if she is willing to see you, of course.
Of course. Thank you for the information.
All right.
Shall we, Miss Amethyst?
Certainly.
All right. So you're heading to where her quarters are, and you actually have been there once before, because she was briefly placed under house arrest in her chambers when she was briefly suspected for setting the fire. And so when Jinxie was previously there, you had visited these chambers, so you know where they are. And so you make your way there and knock, I imagine.
Yes.
You just hear sort of a brusque voice say, "Who is it? What do you want?"
Nira and Amethyst, we would like to speak with you for a moment.
All right, come in.
Open the
The
door.
door's not locked, so you come in and you see she's at a desk proportioned for her, for her height. She is dwarf size. She's a little over 4 feet tall. She is in not like full plate armor presently, but it's like plate armor with just some pieces removed. Like she's got some, like the heavy shoulder pieces off and everything, but she's still got a lot of the chainmail on underneath. And she just turns to look at you with a raised eyebrow and says, "Yes?"
We were actually hoping we have business that is taking us to the Barrier Mountains and potentially into your family's territory. We were hoping you could possibly speed our entry or make it a little smoother for us going in. We have tracked a potential issue that we'd like to help with.
What's your business in my family's territory? What do you need there?
Well, you're aware of the disturbances that have sort of spread out. These pockets of very bad energy.
Yeah?
We have a map that has pointed to that your family's area, mining area in the Barrier Mountains.
Mhm.
And we would like to take care of it.
She said, let me see this map.
Oh, does Archie have it?
Yeah.
You say you guys would have it if you wanted it.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right. So,
you show it to her?
Amethyst? Bag of holding? Amethyst?
Yeah, sure. Yep.
All right. So she looks at it and says, now, what are these supposed to represent?
These are the fissures, the pockets of bad energy that have been causing so many problems all throughout the land. and it's our job to go
Who
and
made
sew them
this?
up.
Who made this?
The map?
Yes.
Melicanth.
Well, I don't know what her spells may be picking up, but there is I don't think there's anything like that in my family's territory. I think it would be just a waste of time for you to go there.
Would you please let us try?
Just as a reminder too, I'm because you guys don't usually ask, when you want to make insight checks, tell me, because otherwise I'm assuming that you're not.
Oh. So, but she does seem very hesitant to.
Yeah.
I will make an insight check as to why she's being very guarded, I guess.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that is with. Ooh. Okay, so I just rolled a 20.
Okay.
Plus
Well,
I
yeah.
have
So,
the 6. So
I
think.
what you see flash across her face as she looks at this map and then demands to know about it is like a horrified realization covered by belligerence.
We're not trying to cause any problems, so please don't misunderstand. We're not asking for anything from you but the opportunity to look and to help if we can.
Well, but I don't see what there would be to help with. I don't know. There's not anything like that in my family's territory. So what would you even be doing there? You want to just poke around all of our private places? I mean,
Oh no, we don't want to intrude. But
well, I mean, it sounds like you're asking me to give you permission to intrude.
Well, we don't want to go digging through anyone's sock drawers if that's what you are concerned with. It's similar to what we did with the Hobgoblin army. The whole the whole mess was caused by one of these fissures, and if there is any chance, it could be that nobody's come across it yet, and so it may not have actually caused any problems yet. But if we can head those off at the pass, and of course, anything that we found we would keep completely confidential. If you like, we can report directly to you.
Make a persuasion check.
So 10.
Okay. When you say keep everything very confidential, she kind of gives you a little bit of a like, yeah, like I've heard that before sort of look. But so what she kind of says is, look, you're a high elf, so naturally you don't know anything about dwarves. So let me explain to you how this works. Mining claims are everything to us down there. That's why we have territory. That's why we control people moving from one place to another, because we have space and it's three-dimensional. It's not like you people on the surface here. If we have a rich vein and then some other clan wants to mine our vein and they make a tunnel, they go down underneath and try to mine our ore from underneath. You see how that could be a problem, right? And so we want to keep the locations of our best mines very under wraps, and we want to control movement from one area to another very carefully. This is it's probably like you guys wearing you have to wear the right dress to a party or something, right? Like if you don't do it, people are going to be mad.
Okay, so Nira actually speaks Dwarven, so can I speak to her in
Yeah.
Dwarven? Okay. What about, is there someone specific we could go and speak to rather than a general admission to the entire area? Because we're not after information on mining. I'm an elf. I don't mine.
So first of all, as soon as you start speaking dwarf, her language, she's just like stunned. Like she's really impressed. And so go ahead and make another persuasion roll with advantage.
I really hope
this
this
time.
goes better.
Yeah.
Okay, I got an 18 with advantage and a 15. So plus that's persuasion is charisma. So yeah, 21.
Okay. Yeah. So you see that you're the surprise of you speaking dwarven to her has broken through a shell. You can see it on her face, and she's just like, where did you learn our language? She's speaking back to you in dwarven, by the way. So Amethyst, you're listening to them go back and forth. I mean, you know what they're probably talking about, but you're not getting a word of this.
I'm not worried.
All right. So, but yeah, so she's speaking back to you in dwarven as well, and so she's just like, how do you know our language? Have you studied dwarves? Have you been to dwarf cities before?
I did. Well, I have studied your culture, and I have a great respect for it. Which is why I made the effort to learn the language. So I want you to know that I do respect what you're saying, and I'm completely honest that we have no ill intentions, and we just want to help.
What's the deal with your little fox friend?
It's sort of a newer partnership, I suppose. It's more thrown together as a matter of circumstance. I don't know. I'm under the impression there's some sort of history. You had a very distinct reaction when you saw him.
He hasn't told you any of this?
Mugen is a bit... Oh, what's the word? Obfuscating with the truth.
Yeah. I can trust you? None of this leaves the room?
You have my word.
Years ago, about 100, as a matter of fact, a little more, my uncle, Yogthor Copperbeard, who is the current patriarch of the Copperbeard clan, had spent a lot of time and resources setting up a trade deal between all the clans that would let us ship our ore up and down through the different territories, allowing us to sell to different parts of the region a lot more effectively. And it was all ultimately kind of contingent on the human buyer. And that, because this is a human thing, I guess, was to be contingent on a political wedding. And I don't know all the details, but what I know is that a little fox friend was there, said he was a fox spirit, was going to bless the ceremony. Guess what? Bride runs away with a highwaywoman. Wedding doesn't happen. My uncle is humiliated. And the trade deal that he had put quite a lot of our money and political influence into fell apart completely. Now, I happen to know that, he and the my uncle and the human, who is also a baron, not this baron, different baron, it's down south, I believe they sent out a bunch of assassins after your little friend. And yet somehow he had just completely disappeared off the map. And my uncle went a little crazy looking for him and spent even more of our money and influence trying to find this little fox guy who could not be found. It was only in the last 20 or 30 years we're finally able to convince him he's for sure dead by now, can stop worrying about it, and move on. So yeah, when he walks into the council, I had a little bit of a reaction. So I don't know what my uncle is going to have to say about him, but here's the rest of what you need to know. We had a new plan in the works. It's going to revolutionary. Sorry, I'm getting text message from. Looks like we've lost Jared alas for the evening, I think. So glad to have Jared back, but I think there's connection issues preventing the return for tonight. But hopefully we'll continue to have Mugen back. But sorry. In other words, though, to continue, this is Junta Copperbeard's story. We're working with some of the gnomes down there in the mountains. In our territory, we had some new engineering, some sort of tinkering. I think there's magic involved that supposed to make mining 1,000 times more efficient. And something went wrong, and I don't know exactly what it was, but we have been, for the last couple of years, having to cover for the fact that about 2/3 of our mine are inaccessible, and anyone we send down there to find out what's wrong doesn't come back. And you can understand why that'd be a little sensitive, and the idea that you just want to go poke around down there. We've been having to cover for that because the instant the other clans knew we'd lost so much control, they'd want to move in and just take us out.
Of course. Well, what if this issue that you're talking about is being caused by one of these fissures? We can help, and you can reclaim that territory and build your wealth back up. Reopen those mines.
You know, if I thought that was possible, I mean, you're kind of telling me what I want to hear.
Well, with these fissures, there's literally no one else that can do this. We have to. It's not even a choice that I have to make, like everything else.
Malakanth says her magic detects one of these things.
Yes.
Where this map says?
Yes.
And you guys can fix it?
So far, we have a pretty good track record. We've sealed. Oh, I forgot I'm speaking in Dwarven now.
Yeah.
Amethyst, are we up to 2 on the fissures now? 2 for 2?
Yep. Yes.
So yes, we've already sealed 2 of them.
Okay. I can give you a letter to give to the Copperbeard clan officials when you arrive. You'll want to go through the north gate. You know it on the map, and she points to the same spot that Andre had said that you would want to go through. So yeah, you go through there and you talk to the officials and customs there, and treat this letter with utmost secrecy. Don't let anyone else see it. I'm not going to put all the details in there, but I'll make it clear to my uncle, who this is going to get passed all the way up to, that you guys can maybe help with our problem. And I don't think he's going to be glad to see your little fox friend. But
well, I would hope that this would do something to go towards making amends for the trouble that he's caused your family in the past.
Well, let me put it like this. If it works, then yeah.
Well, if it doesn't, we probably won't have to worry about anything after that.
Well, I can't make any promises about what would happen from his perspective if he lets you in and you are not able to do what you say. So I can't offer my protection any further than that, but I can get you in the door, and it should be enough. Should be enough to get you permission to try the mines. But like I said, we've sent our people down there, and they don't come back.
Right. Well, I appreciate your help and know that we'll do all that we can, and of course, keep this as quiet as we possibly can.
Yeah. Well, wish you luck.
Thank you very much, and we won't take up any more of your time today. Whenever you're ready with the letter, let a page know, and we can come here and get it ourselves if you don't want to send it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'll do that.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. And I just want to say your dwarven's pretty good.
How's my
You know,
accent? I don't have a lot of practice.
It's pretty good for a high elf.
Well, I'll take that. Thank you.
All right. So, yeah. All right.
I never thought I would use that skill. I was like, oh, that looks like fun.
That made a big difference for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, so you've spoken to her then, and do you have, what other plans do you have while Mugen and Archie are out and about on town?
I want to go see Madrigal again before we leave town.
Okay.
I want to see if she has a lead on any possibly badass weapons. Black market, maybe.
Okay.
Something magical.
Well, so let's just do a check-in right now, because we've been going a little bit over 2 hours now. But if you guys are good to go, I do have more stuff. In fact, I had a whole bunch of stuff for in case you just split right out the door.
What about you, Amethyst? Anything on your to-do list?
Nope. No, I'm not ready to go to Beast World plane stuff.
Well, how about this? I've got a couple of little, there's a person looking for each of you. So let's say they go ahead and find you at this point, and we'll do that. And then maybe let's check in with Archie first, and then we'll do that with you guys each, and then maybe that's a good point to call it for tonight.
Sounds good.
So Archie,
I'm intrigued.
I'm going to say, at least for the purposes right now, is that you were intending to kind of do your shopping with Mugen, but he just skedaddled as soon as you guys were in a crowd. So you're hoping he'll be back, but the last time, who knows, right? The last time he ran off, he turned into a monk.
Okay.
So what you're looking for, somewhere that could maybe do horse armor, right?
Yeah. I was gonna say, this doesn't have to be overly long, but yeah, essentially.
And you've brought your horse with you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So make an intelligence check.
And
Or investigation, if you have.
Gotcha.
I don't think you're proficient in that.
nah, yeah, they're both zeros,
Mhm.
of which I only got an 8.
Okay.
I'm a metalsmith.
You kind of wander
That
around
helps.
for a little while without really asking anybody, and you kind of you wander through some areas where they have like some smiths, but none of them seem to be doing the kind of thing that you're looking for so far. I mean, you haven't really asked anybody yet, though.
Right. So yeah, I would probably, if I got to like a regular blacksmith, or I would chit chat and ask them if they know of a place that handles barding.
All right. So what the you immediately kind of wander into like what kind? So there's several blacksmiths around. What sorts of qualities in a blacksmith shop would you be looking for in the one that you pick to approach? There's one that is seems like it's got a dwarf out front who's hammering on an anvil, and you don't see a lot of like stock, demonstrated. But what he is pounding out currently is a chest piece of some kind, like for humans. You see another place that looks much more like an actual like armory shop, like that maybe doesn't have the blacksmith stuff there on site. There's and so there's a couple of different places that look like they maybe aren't that good, but those two, your skill, you see that the dwarf at least knows what he's kind of doing.
Yeah.
And then the at first glance, the stuff you see in the other shop is not, it's not horse armor, but it at least looks competently made.
Yeah, I think I'd approach the dwarf.
All right. Kind of looks up at you and says, first of all, are you wearing your plate armor?
No, as I've been hanging around Villanocta, I've just been wearing my traveling clothes.
Okay. So he kind of looks at you and, with a little bit of a, all right. And then he looks at your horse and like, well, that's an impressive creature you got there. Kind of
thank you.
big.
Thank you.
Because it's a big war horse, and especially for a dwarf, he's kind of just like like it's taller than he is at the shoulder.
Can
I help you?
Let's see. I also speak Dwarven, so I'll say in Dwarven.
He hasn't stopped. Okay. Oh yeah, that's
in Dwarven.
right.
I'll say, "Good day. Was wondering if you might know where I could find someone who could bard this beast."
Oh yeah, like what kind of what are you looking for? Like how heavy?
Well, ideally plate. I have a suit of plate. Oh, I should have brought it. It's rather ill-fitting, but I'm looking. Well, I may be heading into some amount of danger and some amount of battle, and I want to be as well prepared as possible. And
sure.
I can see your craft here. It looks very well made. I don't know if you do that sort of thing, or if you would happen to know somebody who does.
Well, we don't. Yeah, the horse armor is kind of been out of style here for a while here in the city. I know they still like you'll actually get more of it. You'll see more of it in down further south. It's just the fashion there. They use it more. I could make some, but I don't have any ready. But if you want, I could. You can commission it. I'll take the measurements from your horse right now, and we could probably have something for you in a couple of weeks. And I can see if I can't adjust your armor too, if you want.
Certainly, certainly. What would the sort of work run?
Well, now you're asking me numbers. I'm gonna. Well, I think for the horse, if you're wanting the the face cover and then neck, and then along the sides as well, I think that's
Certainly.
gonna be in the neighborhood of somewhere like 500 gold, I think, for the lot.
Okay.
For just adjusting your armor, if I don't have to reforge anything, I can probably just adjust the fit for something like 25.
Sounds reasonable. It does fit fairly well, just not quite there.
Well, sure. Trust me. Seems like you know your stuff, so I can. I think we both understand that it's one thing to block a hit. It's another thing to be comfortable and able to move around while you do it, right?
Certainly.
So, properly fitting
Yeah.
armor's critical.
Yeah, I studied in the Barrier Mountains as a metalsmith. A little more,
Yeah.
intricate than flat out armor, but
Yeah, my family's from out there.
ah,
Yeah, where were you? Incidentally, the five major clans are like from north to south: Frostlock, Copperbeard, Iron Fist, Strikehelm, and Fireforge. So he says he's from the Strikehelm clan. I don't
I
know.
think Fireforge is a natural.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Huh. Well.
But, yeah, I grew up around
Looks,
Fireforge. Father was father was a human blacksmith,
Oh.
but we got well
okay.
along with the
Yeah.
dwarves there.
Well, good. It's just nice to hear the language every so often. I mean, obviously we got other dwarves here in the city, but
I always like to surprise people. So
yeah.
could you?
Okay, so yeah, if you want to, I'll go ahead. So, how about this? Take the measurements now, and I'll put together pattern for the parts. I can have that ready in like 3-4 days, and we'll do a test fit before I forge the metal pieces. If you're happy with the design, the look, and all that, then we'll do the rest, and you can pay me a down payment at that time.
Excellent.
And then, of course, the full amount once I deliver.
Certainly.
Yeah?
Sounds good.
All right. Well, good to make a deal with you. I'm Warwick.
Warwick. I'm Otacree. Good to meet you.
All right. So, you want to have him go ahead and just take the measurements and all that?
Yeah.
Which he does with a, quick efficiency. He does need to get a stool at one point. But he takes the measurements, and he actually writes up a little contract which he offers if you want it. He offers it with the idea that a lot of times people don't care.
Right.
But he does write it up.
Excellent. Be in order.
Great.
All right. I will. Not quite sure we're going to be heading out of town. Not quite sure how long we'll be gone, but I will look you up in a few days.
All right, great. Okay, so let's jump over for Nira and Amethyst. So each of you get. Let me think. I'm trying to. So what were you guys planning to do? You were planning to maybe go out and see Madrigal some more. Like that was maybe something that was on the menu.
Yeah.
Right. So Nira, as you are making your way, are you staying together or?
Amethyst.
Yeah, I'll go.
All right. Well, so let's say just as a fun coincidence moment here, as you guys are heading out, all of a sudden from different directions, you see both the librarian Bothic, the gnomish man that was at the reception desk of the library. He is approaching and sees you and starts coming close. And then from the other direction is Barry from the Druid's Grove.
Yay, Barry.
And they both kind of see you at about the same moment and approach with like, oh, there you are, sort of that look. And then they kind of each notice the other, that they're both kind of coming up at the same time. They're like, and so they're a little surprised to have arrived coincidentally at the same time. But Librarian Bothic says, Miss Nira, if I may speak with you for a moment, I believe that I have something that could assist you on your journey. And Barry goes to Amethyst and says, Amethyst, it's good to see you. I've got something for you.
Cool. What is it?
Right. So
I'll step away with the librarian.
All right. So
they can talk first. They can go ahead.
Sure. So Barry kind of pulls you aside, Amethyst, and just says, so Archdruid has been spending a lot of time astrally projecting. In fact, most recent trip, he's kind of been gone a while. He's been gone longer, so I'm not worried, but it's been a while. He's really interested in finding out what that thing is that you guys saw when you did your thing. So he's on that.
Wow.
But I know that you guys are potentially running into weird stuff out there. Like you guys are tied into some crazy voodoo, man. Planes, fissures, all that stuff. So thought that it would be a good idea to give you a little something to help you with your focus, especially since he thinks this is all kind of tied into why you don't have your memories.
Oh.
So we have this, and he reaches into this little leather pouch by his side and he pulls out what just looks like it's a thin piece of wood, like a 1/4 inch thick, and it's about this size, like maybe a foot long, a few inches wide, and has kind of a sharp point, like an arrow, sort of on one side, and it's got a cord wrapped around it. He says, "This is a bull roarer. You ever heard of one of these?"
No.
Well, let me show you. And he kind of unwraps the cord and he's like, I'm not going to do it right now just because it kind of makes a lot of noise. But what you do is you swing it around over your head like that. And it makes a noise, right? But here's the thing. Because you already have the ability to like get in touch with the natural magics and energy around you, this thing will act like a bonus, like focus, like it'll help you to get in touch with the nature around you even more powerfully than you're already capable of. And here's the thing though, it's very powerful. It'll help you. Basically what it'll allow you to do is like, you can ask nature questions about anything that's like for miles around and you'll get the answer because you're tapping in to the world mind, and it's pretty cool. But because it's a little more powerful than what you're actually used to, you're gonna have you kind of have to learn it. There's a knack to it, and so it's possible that if you're not able to channel it just right every time, some of the answers you get might be distorted.
Okay.
but I think it'll be really helpful. Archdruid wanted you to have it. And he
It
gives
sounds
to you.
amazing. Thank you.
And so mechanically, what this is going to let you do is when you use it, if you meditate for a full minute while spinning it, it will allow you to cast the 5th level spell, Commune with Nature.
Sweet.
But unlike the normal spell, which lets you just basically get 3 facts of the natural world around you within 3 miles, you're going to have to make a wisdom check. And based on what you get, some of the information you receive might be distorted. Like it might not be 100% wrong, but you can't necessarily trust it.
Okay.
But if you get a good check, then yeah, it's going to be solid.
Awesome.
But Buried says, but there's one last thing just to be aware of, and this is not necessarily a problem, but you should know, is that like every spirit within 3 miles is going to notice when you use this thing. Now, it's not necessarily bad, right? Because it depends on the spirits. But it's like, watch this. And he's looking around at, like, you're kind of out on the street, and there's, there's people walking around, and he just goes, "Hey, everybody, look at me." And he just shouts at the top of his lungs. And, like a lot of people kind of turn their head and look, but most of them just keep walking. Some of them kind of stop and stare for a second and then keep going and everything. And he's just like, see, like, it's like that. They're not necessarily going to like come after you or anything, but they'll know you're there. So just be aware when you use it that there's a possibility that you'll let spirits know that you're around.
Right on. I will be very careful with that. Thank you so much. Please thank the Archdruid for me.
He gives you a big bear hug.
And I gave him a big bear hug back.
I'm gonna go full on panda.
No, I could get weird.
And he kind of senses it, and then he kind of takes a step back, looks around, and then he turns into like a grizzly bear.
Oh, okay. Panda bear hug. Yes.
Yeah. Bear on bear.
Bear on bear.
All right. Okay. So more people are staring now. It's yeah. All right. So in the meantime, Nira, the librarian, kind of pulls you aside and just says, I have come to you on a request of sorts from Logos, the librarian spirit, you must remember.
Of course.
So your interest in the pursuit of knowledge and your intent to go out and perform these adventures is something that you could perhaps be part of a mutually beneficial relationship with us. And I wonder if you would be willing to join as a sort of partner with us. Not, you're not forsaking Rushama, your patron spirit, of course, but as a partnership, you could help the library to gather information, and in return, you would be benefiting from that additional information as well. Does that sound like something you would be interested in?
What exactly are you asking me to do?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. And he reaches into his vest and he pulls out something. It looks huge at first, but then you remember, like, he's 2.5 feet tall. So it's like it's a magnifying glass that looks huge in his hand, but when he holds it out to you, you realize, oh, it's just like this. It's just a magnifying glass, but it's all in gold. And he says, "This is an artifact that has been enchanted with it's not a cleric spell, but there's a spell known as Identify. And this magnifying glass allows you to cast that spell. And it is enchanted in such a way that when you use it, Logos gains the benefit of knowing this, what the spell, whatever you have identified, Logos will know. And but you also will know. And so if you were to encounter in your travels magical items that you think you would be interested to know more about them and their nature and how they work, you can use this artifact to cast Identify and help us to catalog magical items throughout the world.
Oh, well, that doesn't sound too terribly difficult. Certainly, I could do that for you, yes.
Very, very good. Very good.
I mean, I do have a soft spot for libraries. So.
Yes, I thought you might. Logos really took a shine to you when you were researching the other day. And in fact, it was the High Court Mage, Melicanth, suggested that you might be amenable to such a partnership.
How kind of her.
Yes, well, I think that you'll find that artifact should come in very handy. For example, if you are to encounter any items that might be cursed or magical traps of that nature, anything arcane or spiritual, that spell, you are only able to use it once per day. And of course, you recall what I told you about obtaining information at the library, right? That you must have a purpose. It is not trivial. So it is a possibility with this artifact. There is a chance each time you use it that it will be depleted of its magical properties. That should not dissuade you from using it in circumstances in which it would be valuable. However, do not use it when it does not matter. If it's something that seems unimportant, better to save it for when you believe it would be truly a valuable information.
Of course, of course.
And so you now have possession of this magnifying glass that once per day will allow you to cast the spell Identify, which if you don't have that handy, it basically what it does is, like, if it's a magical item, it will tell you exactly what it does, and if it's cursed and so on.
Okay, sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yes,
and give Logos my regards.
Well, but they know. And so I think with that done, you can each, we will plan next time to catch up with any remaining errands that you guys might want to run there in the city before you head out, and we'll pick it back up then.
Cool.
Yay! I feel like we got Google or something, like nature and magic Google. It's pretty awesome. Love it.
All right. So thank you, everybody, for listening and or watching. Alas, our live chat seems like it was not as functional this time around. But hopefully everyone will be able to enjoy the YouTube version or the audio version later. And hopefully we'll be back. So we're, Starla and I are heading to Balticon this coming weekend.
Yay.
But at least in the preliminary plans, I think we're hoping to be back here next week.
Yes.
I hope so.
All right. Okay, so I think we'll call it for tonight, and we'll be back next week for more adventure on so many levels.
Yay!
Good night.